necrotizing enterocolitis, or NEC, don't wait. Call our helpline right now.
This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
All right, great friends. It's just us now, okay?
Hey.
It is just us. Now, I would normally say we could go back to podcasting where we curse and we have freedom of language and so on and so forth. But I will remind everybody who's watching right now, as we come to you from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, while we may not be on radio at this moment, tonight at 7 o'clock, we will be on TV. And if I start cursing and dropping F-bombs, that's going to mean Alex is going to have to do a ton of editing, which I don't want this kid to do because he's going to the Padre game tonight. So it's us. And I'm going to say to all the 1090 listeners, all the old schoolers who get in their car, turn on the radio, and just want it to be made super easy for them, if you wanted to hang out with the show and you didn't want to listen to Ducks hockey, we are glad you are here watching on YouTube, listening on Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn, Amazon Music, iHeartMedia, any of the audio podcasting apps. We're glad you guys are here. And then tonight we're going to be on TV. And I understand that it's the Padres and it's the world champion Braves and it's the home opener and we're up against a lot of competition. But set your DVR so that you can record our show at night, 7 o'clock, Channel 4 San Diego. It's an amazing time of the evening, great channel position. And so make sure you're checking us out on Cox's Your View channel, Channel 4 San Diego, old school Channel 4 San Diego. We are in the 7 Mile Casino Studios along with Grande and the Brown Man. Fellas, abbreviated time today. So do you think we can get to a bunch of stories? What do you guys think?
Don't do it. Just go.
Just go. Okay, starting with the Padres. Here we go. I'm starting with the Padres. The Padres lost 2 out of 3 to the San Francisco Giants. And I'm not getting excited. I'm not getting upset. They won 3 out of 4 against Arizona. Arizona's not real good. They lost 2 out of 3 to San Francisco. Based on last year, San Francisco is really good, although most people don't think they're going to be anywhere near what they were a year ago. But they did lose 2 out of 3. So you beat a team that's no good. You lose to a team that is considered good, and the Padres come home and they'll take on the Atlanta Braves, the defending world champions, who Browner said yesterday is not some juggernaut that he is fearful of. But we've seen them play well against a bad team and play not as well against what is considered to be a good team. Not going to get excited, but I'll say it to you guys this way. Anybody care? It's so early. Anybody really care? Is anybody worried at all?
Yeah.
Oh,
God.
No, genuine. This is not a new concern, guys. I've been saying it since last season. This offense is problematic without Fernando Tatis Jr. It's just that simple. They have no power bats outside of Manny Machado, and he is a notoriously slow starter. Notoriously. Luke Voit is a walk machine right now, but he looks like he can hit home runs, but I haven't seen one yet. I just take away Jerickson Profar's amazing series for the Diamondbacks, and what are we at? I think that is a recurring issue. It's not a new issue. It's nothing I'm panicking about, but when you say, am I concerned? Yeah, I'm very concerned about this lineup. I don't see a strong, capable lineup that's going to produce 5 to 6, 7 runs a game. I just don't see it, especially when facing pitching like they faced yesterday and they're facing tonight. I just don't see it.
Well, put it up on the screen for everybody, Alex. The struggling when it counts slide that we've built for everybody here. Taking a look through the first 7 games of the season, and we're talking about 7 of 162. So, Browner, I want you to know I'm not getting excited. You hear me? I'm not. Listen to me. I'm talking like I'm calling a golf event right now. I am not getting excited. I am not getting upset. But go ahead, Grande. Take us through what we got here so far.
This is the gist of it all is the runners in scoring position. That's a problem. The Padres are getting hits. They are. They're just not scoring runs where it matters. The team average with runners in scoring position is 196, which is 28th in all of baseball.
Okay. Home runs 4 so far. That's 26th in Major League Baseball.
Strike out an absurd amount of times.
Yeah,
they've got
strikeouts.
if I'm reading this correctly, they've got the 9th most runs in baseball. Is this correct?
Yeah, because they scored like 10 in one game.
Yeah. Hey, listen, they've got 4 home
Giants
runs.
Score like 12 in one game.
13.
So, but I mean, if you're 9th, like that's top 10.
But it does.
If you're 9th, that's
that
top 10.
I'm not going to argue with you about the fact.
Brown facts.
I think the reason why I put it there though is You score 1 yesterday. You score how many the day before? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's great to get them in bunches, but if you're not going to score every game.
How about
Okay,
this?
so
How
let's
about home runs? Home runs, they've got 4. Did you guys see yesterday? The Yankees were playing against the Blue Jays, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. had 3 home runs in the game, including a third bomb where he'd already gotten like clipped on the hand and his hand was all bloody because there was a play at first and he got stepped on by a cleat and he still hit this monster bomb. 3 home runs for Vladdy Jr. yesterday against the Yankees. The Padres have 4 so far on the season.
Browner, I'm not going to argue with you about the first 7 games. Like, I'm not going to overreact.
me neither.
To
I'm
the first
not.
7
I'm
games.
just.
I'm saying
I'm
like,
see what you're doing.
right. I'm saying going forward,
Mhm.
the hitting with runners in scoring position was a problem last year. Hitting with runners in scoring position has been a problem so far early this year. But my general statement is I think this lineup is incredibly flawed when Tatis is not in. I think Tatis covers a lot of its issues when he's here. When he's not there, that lineup is not impressive to me outside of Manny Machado and Jake Cronenworth. Like, Will
What do you
Myers
say?
is no bueno. Profar had a good series, but how are you going to trust Jerks and Profar and Matt Beatty to lead you for 162? Likely not. Grisham is
You're- but-
serviceable. Eric Hosmer, every single ball I've seen, even though he has a lot of hits, they're all on the ground from Eric Hosmer. Kim and Abrams can't hit yet. And the catcher position, it just depends who's catching. Like, I just don't. There's holes, dude. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not arguing against that there are or not holes because I agree with you. There are holes in this lineup, but I don't need Jerks and Profar to do this for 162 games. I need you to give me 30. And if that 30 is the first 30 of the season, I'll take it because, like you said, Manny's a notorious slow starter. So once we get to the point where Manny can heat up, other guys can heat up again. A lot of these guys didn't pick up bats or baseballs because of the lockout.
No, come on.
No, that was
You
just
don't think
Clayton
these
Kershaw.
guys
That was just
you don't
Clayton
think these
Kershaw.
guys what these guys didn't work out?
If you didn't pick up a
No.
bat, during the lockout,
on.
then you
Come on, dude.
That's a big
Dude,
problem.
I'm going to tell you something right now. Here's
We
what
have
I'm
proof
gonna tell you.
Tatis didn't. We got proof he didn't.
Right, and that's a problem.
Well, that's Tatis.
But that's what I'm saying. He's not the only one. If you talk to a lot of these guys with the shorter spring training, a lot of them weren't even prepared for spring training when they arrived in it. And we always know pitching is ahead of hitting. So it's going to take a minute. It's going to take a minute. Now, again, last year this team did have issues with what you're saying. So I'm aware of that, but I'm not hitting any caution buttons about it. They lost 2-1. The guy did a great performance.
Yeah.
All right, look,
that's what I'm saying. That's not the first 7 games. Scott asked,
Right.
"Is there anything to worry about?" That's my answer. Yeah.
All right, let's keep
lineup.
rolling because
No,
we got a lot. We got a lot of stuff we want to get to. A lot of stuff here in a very short amount of time. Now, just to finish off this Padres Giants series, one of the controversies of the series was that the accusation from the Giants, one of the Giants coaches, their first base coach, against the Padres third base coach. The Padres third base coach said, "Keep this mother effer down," or "keep him in line," or something like that. And the dude
Control
from the
that mother
Giants
effer.
control him. He happens to be not African American because I think he's from like he's from the Caribbean, so he's a black dude, and he took the way it was said as racist, and so it turned into that's how we had the first female ever on first base and in uniform for the Giants in a Major League Baseball game. Well, everybody wanted to try and work this out. No white guy in America wants to be called a racist, especially if they're not, and so both sides seem to work it out. And there was this kind of weird, uncomfortable, impromptu press conference that happened on the field yesterday before the game. Alex, let's take a listen to what took place.
Let's see. I would say let's go with the Giants coach first,
Yeah,
and then
go
we'll
ahead.
go to Mike Schilt after that.
Schilt and I had an opportunity to talk this morning and kind of revisit some of the instances from last night. I just kind of after we kind of discussed this, make it very clear that in no way that I believe that Schilt is a racist. What I was trying to do is just bring awareness to how words impact certain communities, even though that they might not have ill intent. And it's just that helping us to be more aware of what those things mean when we do share them. And I think Shilty has some words to speak on that. So.
All right. So first, this guy, I don't know what he's talking about. Seriously, like words have meaning, and I wanted to point this out, and I wanted to bring awareness. Okay.
To
All
me, it
right.
looked like he got forced into saying, "I don't think this dude's a
Right.
racist. Let's
I
move
would
on."
think, yeah, I would think that a guy like Bob Melvin talks to a guy like Gabe Kapler and goes, bro, I got a guy here. He's not a racist. All he did was talk some smack to you guys, and now I got a guy on my club. I got to deal with this controversy. Come on, man, really? What do you think, Browner? You're making eyes.
I'm annoyed by this. I'm completely annoyed by this. This is unnecessary. So you push these two guys out here, you put microphones in their face to give some form of apology that, and quite frankly, just isn't necessary. Like every person's racial, every person's racial meter goes off in different times and terms. So now, is it that black people can't say certain things because it'd be deemed as racist towards white people? Now, will we have to be forced to apologize to this white guy because he felt like we said something racist to him? Like
Yes.
people,
Yes. I want an apology from you. Yes. I want an apology for all the racist things you say about me.
I think that's what people want nowadays.
Don't hold your water.
People want apologies as empty as they may be.
For what?
For everything. And I'm not talking about this specifically. For everything, if someone says something publicly, people wanted Will Smith to apologize immediately. And as big or small as you thought that was, everybody wants an apology immediately. Release a statement and apologize.
There's a difference between, and I understand that you're not saying it is Will Smith. There's a difference between a physical altercation and somebody saying, keep that guy under control. He didn't say keep that N-word under control. He didn't say keep that black MF under control. He said get that guy under control.
Yeah.
Like, so if man to man, athlete to athlete in an alpha situation, that's how dudes are gonna talk.
It's just
like I've been in locker rooms
for Mike Schilt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damage control for Mike Schilt.
Wait. Can you just say it again? Because just say that one more time, Alex. What did you say?
This looked like damage control for Mike Schilt. That's it.
Yeah. Right. I agree. Right. It does look like damage control. But I also think that what Browner is saying is right. That in competition, guys are going to talk smack to each other. He didn't call him the N-word. He didn't use a racial term. But the tone made the black coach from the Giants feel like what he was saying control that mother effer. The way he received it was, you're talking about enslaving me because I'm a black man. Controlling. He said that. That's not my words. Those are his words.
And so to him, that's your thing to sit with because that's how you took it. Again, there were no racial words used. And so the tone upset you. So I'm not going to apologize because my tone upset you. If people who I know on the Giants, if people who I know on the Padres staff or locker room and dug out the guy who I was looking for, that guy knows who I am. I don't need to explain myself to you, little guy who comes from who knows where, because I don't know you. Who is this guy? And that's where it came from. Who are you?
Well,
control that guy.
That's why now he calls him Shilty, like as if they're BFFs, like as their old baseball buds.
Right.
Play what Schilt, the Padres third base coach, said through all this.
Well, I'm grateful for Antoine clearing that up. It was clearly misinterpreted, and I think he knows this. And my value as a human is to love people, and that's exactly what I represent. So I appreciate him clearing that up for myself and my family, because it's really important that that is clear.
Yeah, of course it's important for me and my family. I don't need to be known as a racist, and I don't need my kids in school. I mean, I don't know what his deal is, but I just don't need the word racist.
There's also a guy that's trying to be a head coach next season as well. Bob Melvin has said, like, hey, this guy's going to be on our third base for this year and this year only. Like, he's going to be a head coach again. So I guarantee you, yes, Scott, it's not just my family and dealing with this. It's like, hey, I'm trying to get another job again after this.
Right. I want to manage a team again here. Right. And to be a manager, you can't be known as a racist. Right. You're by putting that label on him, it could be insanely damaging. All right, keep it on, though. It is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. We come to you guys from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. Give me 1 minute to send a couple of shout-outs. I want to shout out Gary Cooper, Mountain Trust Mortgage and Realty Services, 858-376-1299, 858-376-1299. Anything you need in real estate. If you're looking to buy a house, which in this crazy market, who the hell knows? If you're looking to sell a house because you could just bank a ton of money right now, if you're thinking about refinancing or positioning yourself to go out and look, Gary Cooper is the guy that can help you with the lending side and with the real estate side. 858-376-1299, 858-376-1299. And one other shout out for you real quick. I want to shout out West Coast BBQ Shop, westcoastbbqshop.com. And I want to invite everybody to mark your calendar, please. June 12th is Egg Fest. This is where Brian Bushfield takes over the parking lot down at 2330 Proctor Valley Road in Chula Vista, takes over the parking lot, takes all these big green eggs, puts them outside, builds like a tent city almost, music and food and chefs, and it's an awesome event. But here's the thing. If you go to westcoastbbqshop.com, when you're buying your Egg Fest tickets, if you put in this code, Kaplan5, Kaplan, that's my last name, Kaplan5, you're going to save $5 off your purchase of tickets to Eggfest. I'll be there. Grande will be there. Browner will be there. Browner, be on the lookout. I think Burt Grossman wants to come. He likes to come every year. And I don't know if there's going to be some brotherly love there or not. But all I'm saying is this, westcoastbbqshop.com. It is Eggfest. It's coming in June. Mark your calendar. Buy your tickets right now at westcoastbbqshop.com. Use our promo code Kaplan5, and you're saving $5. Okay. All right, there you go. Continuing on, just to finish off this Padres Giants series as people are going down towards the game and they're kind of getting ready for it. Alex, you said you loved Gabe Kapler.
Yes.
A lot of people were asking Gabe Kapler and Bob Melvin about what I'll call a mini early season baseball controversy where one team is up big and they're still playing. God, what a terrible concept. How could you still be trying when you're up by 10 runs? Here's the Giants manager, Gabe Kapler. Here were his thoughts. Well, or maybe you want to set it up even more.
No, it's
Alex.
perfect. I mean, you set it up perfect. Here's his
go
thoughts.
for it.
Everybody is competing on a Major League Baseball field. Doesn't make any sense to have one part of the field stop competing and the other part of the field keep competing. I can't think of a reason why that makes sense. Pitcher on the mound is trying to get you out. Batter at the plate stops competing with all of the tools at his disposal. I've never quite understood it. I don't understand it now, and I don't think that the best way to play this game is to take away any of your tools to be successful on a Major League Baseball field. Like, what's the threshold? One team thinks it's 8 runs in the 6th inning. Another team thinks you just keep going after it as long as you're early in the game. But there's no real, cutoff point. That's a tough place to be. I don't think that there should be any of that, personally, clearly. But at the same time, I understand that we all have different opinions and vantage points on this, and it's okay. We don't have to see this the same way. What we've always said as a club, and what we'll maintain, is if we don't want a team to bunt, we will defend the bunt. If we don't want a team to steal, we will defend the steal. If we don't want a team to swing 3-0 late in the game, we'll throw a ball, right? So we have so much control on our side that we don't have to worry about what other teams decide to do or decide not to do.
I'll tell you this right now. Last year, or was it last year or 2 years ago? I think it was 2 years ago. Yeah, when Tatis hit a grand slam on a 3-0 pitch, and the Padres essentially, it was more Jace Tingler, was apologizing to his buddies across the way over at the Texas Rangers. I was like, dude, how dare you? In other words, what I mean by that is, look, there may not be a clock in baseball, but they tell you when the game starts and they tell you when the game ends. You play to win the game. You play till the very end. The other night, the Dodgers were playing the Twins, and there was a big, long rain delay. And the Dodgers were up, I want to say like 7-1 when the rain delay returned. And when they got back up, it's not like the Dodgers were like, let's just get out of here. I'm going to stand here and watch this ball go by. I'm going to strike out so we can hustle this game up. You still had guys getting hits late in the game because they're putting out their effort. If I put my uniform on and I put a bat on and I put a helmet on and I go to the plate and he's pitching to me, I'm trying to hit. I don't care what inning it is,
If you're going to have unwritten rules to this nature, then there needs to be a mercy rule to avoid all this. If you're down 10-0, the game's over. You're down 10-2 in the 5th inning, the game's over. Like, start talking it up. Start chalking it up, or take the shift out. Like, there's ways that these unwritten rules can be addressed.
Yeah.
If
Well,
you're
they're
getting
never going to
bumped
do
in a
mercy rule.
game,
Yeah. I
They'll
think
never do a
what?
mercy rule.
I think the fact that it's unwritten, he said it great. Like, so what's the cutoff point?
Yeah. Like, what's the
So
threshold?
what's the threshold here? Like, when do
Yeah.
we, dude, celebrate your home runs, get pissed off when you're mad, keep hitting, keep swinging, win the game, or like Browner said, implement a damn mercy rule like it's Little
Right.
League after the
And the
seventh inning.
problem and the problem with a mercy rule is that if you're the owners and let's say the game is 10-0 after the 4th inning, right? And then I can't sell beer and I can't sell hot
That's what I said,
dogs
dude, after
and
the
I can't
seventh,
sell
when
pizza.
you cut the
Right.
beer
Well,
off anyways.
yeah. I mean, seriously, like that's you got to think from the owner's perspective, which
I
is
know,
all
it'll
about
never happen.
if
generating
I'm the
money.
owner,
It'll never
if
happen.
I'm the owner, I'm mad at my guys.
Yeah.
I'm mad at my guys for getting the doors blown off of them
Right.
at home.
Penalized in the
10-2.
contract. You know, every mercy rule, dock 0.5% of your paycheck.
Yeah, sure. The players will go for that, right? All right, listen, we got a lot more we want to get to. Clayton Kershaw goes 7 innings perfect and gets yanked by Dave Roberts, and baseball blows up with anger. We'll talk
More
about that
unwritten
coming
rules.
up. Yeah, we'll talk about that coming up. And listen, shortened show, but we'll see how much we can squeeze in. We'll all find out together next. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios. This is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. Stick around.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
1090 just got bigger and better. Please join us in welcoming SoCal's newest ESPN affiliate, the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. NFL, MLB, NBA, live games, the best sports talk programming with the largest signal in all of California. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball-handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on Your View.
Hanging out at the beach? What a lifestyle. And you could be here every day if you enter the San Diego Giving Back Raffle, a benefit for Ronald McDonald House Charities of San Diego.
Grand prize is this multi-million-dollar home 1 block from the ocean. Or you can win a sports car, a dream vacation, or cash. Everyone is guaranteed to win a fabulous prize. The Giving Back Raffle helps families in need, like the Uggan family.
Visit sdraffle.com to learn more.
Main streets are the heart of our communities, where we connect with our neighbors, support local businesses, and share new adventures. Main Street Living celebrates all of this, bringing you uplifting stories with guests from across the country and your community. Main Street Living covers what's important to you today, from our street to your street. Join Cheryl, Danielle, and Quincy for Main Street Living. Mondays at 9 on Your View.
So I became a dentist because I just love science and I love art. I have a music background, so I wanted to do something that I can use the hand dexterity that I've developed, through my musical training. We've had a practice in San Diego for 25 years. It's called the Super Dentist. For over 2 decades, I've had parents ask me the same questions on a daily basis. And so I decided to put all of this information in one place. I wrote a book. Title of it is If Your Mouth Could Talk. Because if your mouth could talk, it would tell you about the condition of your entire life. Right now, the oral care marketplace is a mess. And so we decided to launch a new company called Supermouth, which is a subscription model of oral care. And so we want to be proactively educating parents, providing the tools and the oral care products to make sure they can raise healthier, happier, more successful kids. The education piece is a key piece in our company, because if you're educated as a parent, you're going to do the right things. People can find my book, If Your Mouth Could Talk, themouthbook.com, and purchase the book there, and also get some special gifts to go along with the book.
You always want to live in the best home possible. And that's really at the heart of what our business is all about. And for over 20 years now, we've been focused on helping people get to the right property. At Move Up San Diego, we have created systems that are duplicatable, because that creates the same results. Whether it's a trade-in option that we're doing a lot of right now, which allows people to be a cash buyer before they actually sell their home, or our moving concierge program, which actually helps you not just with the buying and selling of a property, but we help with the entire move. The best way to get a hold of Move Up San Diego is to either visit our website, moveupsandiego.com, or you can download our app called Move Up Homes, or you can call me direct on my cell phone at 858-204-7259.
Dominating the SoCal radio airwaves for over 20 years. Join Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner for Kaplan and Crew every Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. Only on the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the Mightier1090.com.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on Your View.
Watch the Seattle Seawolves take on your San Diego Legion Saturday, April 16th at 3 p.m. on Your View.
It doesn't matter what your background is and where you come from. If you have dreams and you have goals, and that's all that really matters.
I owe a lot to Charlie.
When you black, it's not a movement, it's a lifestyle. This is who we are.
The Rising. Check your local listings for air dates and times.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
The San Diego Loyals match with the Oakland Roots ended in a draw on Wednesday night. The match was close throughout, and 2 goals in the second half by Colin Martin and Grant Stoneman gave the Loyal the lead, but a last-second goal by Oakland would bring the contest to a draw. The Loyal gave up 2 leads in this one, earning only 1 point. San Diego sits at first in the Western Conference with a 5-1-1 record and 16 points. Colorado Springs sit close at second. Kyle Vassell was named to the USL Championship Team of the Week. He scored twice in the match against Charlotte Battery last week. Vassell had 4 shots and completed 17 of 22 passes in that 4-1 win. The forward is the 4th Loyal player to be named to the Team of the Week this season in as many weeks. He joins goalkeeper Koki Vegas, midfielder Alejandro Guido, and Tumi Moshabane in earning the award. San Diego now hosts Louisville City FC on Saturday. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company, you need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
Replacing missing teeth with the new small diameter or mini implants. With us, we have an expert on the topic, Dr. Joe Gillespie. Dr. Gillespie.
Hey, Randy.
Welcome to the program.
Great to see you again.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company, you need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
Welcome back. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the Mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
All right, great friends. This is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. Today, being Thursday, April 14th, for those of you that are watching on YouTube, for those of you that are listening on audio podcasts, and for those of you that are catching up to us tonight on television on Channel 4 San Diego, no radio today. No radio. We handed off to the Ducks. They took the airwaves. They're paying the radio station. The radio station is, what are we? How many years have we been on the air now? Back on the air? Are we 2 years back on the air? August of 2020?
Year and a half.
Yeah. So listen, when you're hustling and you're trying to make money and you're trying to run a biz, believe me when I tell you that when the Ducks made an offer to us and said, we'll pay you this much money, and we found out that it was Tuesday, Thursday, and there's a Friday, and it was going to take us off the air, we're like, that's not enough money. So they are paying the radio station. Not that everybody needs to know everybody's individual business, but I'm just telling you, there's a financial reason for why we're not on the radio this afternoon. That all being said, with Grande and the Brown Man, we come to you from the 7 Mile Casino Studios. We were talking about the Padres and losing 2 out of 3 to the Giants and starting tonight against Atlanta. We haven't really talked about it because this happened early in the day yesterday. You guys see what happened with Clayton Kershaw? He went 7 scoreless, perfect innings for the Dodgers in their win yesterday against the Minnesota Twins. And Dave Roberts pulled him after the 7 innings. And when I saw it happening, because I had the game on my computer on over here, when I saw it happening, I'm like, what? What are you doing? You can't pull a guy after 7 perfect innings. But then I realized, wait a second, hold on. Guy's pitched 80 pitches. It's his first start of the season. He's chronically injured, and you want him for the rest of the year, not just for right now. So I really felt like there's the emotional, selfish fan side that says, I want to see Clayton Kershaw have a chance to finish off a perfect game. And then there's the rational, smart team decision, which is, we need this guy long-term. We can't take a risk of getting him hurt this early in the season by over-pitching him. So everybody's been involved in this debate. I saw Reggie Jackson yesterday, Mr. October, not the basketball player, the real Reggie Jackson. I saw Reggie Jackson go, what are you doing? You don't pull a guy. What do you mean the who?
The basketball player?
No. I just said Mr. October, the real Reggie Jackson.
Okay.
Well, hold on. What does that look? What's the deal?
Has Reggie Jackson of the Clippers earned that byline? That when you say Reggie Jackson, that now people assume
Do you not know who Reggie Jackson is? What are you doing? Are you joking?
What are you doing? What are you doing right now?
Wait,
are you serious right now?
What are you doing right now?
No, I'm talking about. You're talking about. I know who you're talking about. The baseball player,
right? Reggie Jackson, Mr. October,
yeah, right. And you're talking, and then you reference it by saying not the basketball player,
right?
Right.
Who's he play for?
Who play for?
What?
The basketball player,
Reggie Jackson. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So you say that Reggie Jackson had a thought about a baseball story, but you have now given the respect to Reggie Jackson of the Clippers that you have to add the byline, not the basketball player.
All right,
I don't think anybody in the face of the planet ever thought you were referencing the Clippers basketball player.
But I got to remember who my audience is here, okay? I got Mr. Basketball over here, Browner.
No, don't you blame
I know I confused you. I know I confused you guys, but your byline was like,
yes, you confused me.
Wow. Reggie Jackson of the Clippers now needs to be referenced by Reggie Jackson. Mr. October is Mr. October. You don't need to say the other Red. No one ever thought that.
I think you need to give
sorry
me.
Sorry to totally sidetrack.
That's all right. I think you need to give me a little bit of credit here.
Okay. LA Cap, I'm sorry.
I think you need to give me a little bit of credit here. For a guy who 3 years ago, when you were forever telling me, you got to get into the NBA. You got to get, it's so good. It's so dramatic. There's so much infighting amongst the players. There's so much crap talking amongst the players. The fact that I even know that there is a basketball player named Reggie Jackson,
right?
You should be giving me credit for that.
Yes, I am. I think that now you think too much about basketball. The fact that you even said that.
All right, let me start over. Reggie Jackson, Mr. October.
You blame me for blowing up the show.
Yeah, the heroic Yankee hitter, that Reggie Jackson, not the nobody Reggie Jackson basketball player. Reggie Jackson, the baseball player, is like, yo, get out of the way, non-baseball people. Okay, you don't have a guy go 7 perfect innings and take him out of a game. Non-baseball people, get out of the way. This is Reggie Jackson saying this, and I'm like, hey, Mr. October, huge fan, love you, but the fact is, Dave Roberts is a baseball man. This is, I don't believe that this is Andrew Friedman and the Dodgers front office saying, get him out, get him out. In fact, Alex, do you have Clayton Kershaw after the game? Well, first of all, put it up on the screen, the what exactly he accomplished here, because I saw Jeff Passan of ESPN say, look, there's been like 25,000 baseball games played. There's been like 23 perfect games in the history of baseball. You don't pull a guy. Here he is, 7 innings, no hits, no walks, 13 strikeouts on 80 pitches. Clayton Kershaw, after the game, asked about being pulled in the middle of a perfect game. Here's what he said.
Yeah, it's hard. I feel bad for Barnesy. Barnesy did such a great job, and it's fun to get to catch one of those. And so I wanted to do it with Barnesy. It'd be special. But at the end of the day, those are individual things. Those are selfish goals, and we're trying to win. And that's really all we're here for. And as much as I would have wanted to do it, I've thrown 75 pitches in a sim game. And I hadn't gone 6 innings, let alone 7, and. Sure, I would have loved to do it, but maybe we'll get another chance. Who knows?
Wait, in the moment, can you reconcile all of that?
Yeah.
There was no part of you that wanted to fight to stay in or anything?
I just said, I would have loved to have stayed, but bigger things, man, bigger things.
Yeah. That's just it. To the words he uses, though, selfish. He says, hey, that's a selfish goal. This is my opinion. My first reaction was, what are you doing? You don't pull a guy after 7 innings of perfect baseball. You let him try and finish it off. But then you hear Kershaw, and he's like, dude, I pitched 1 simulated game, 75 pitches. I made it through 6 innings. I haven't made it through 7 innings. I've already pitched more pitches. Look, all I'm saying is you're taking a major risk of getting this guy hurt. So I'll throw it to you guys. Did Dave Roberts do the right thing? Or did Dave Roberts do the wrong thing? Because the old school baseball people and baseball reporters who are, who understand the magnitude and the possibility of a perfect game, everybody thought Dave Roberts did the wrong thing. What do you guys think?
He wanted to come out. Like, he was asked. There was another portion of this press conference where he said that the last 2 innings or the last 10 sliders he threw, they were losing steam. They weren't the same. So he was just kind of losing it at that point in the game. So he wanted to come out. So it wasn't like, again, he didn't say he said he wanted to, but he didn't fight to stay in. And he said that he was losing fire on his pitches. So who are we to tell this guy what he should do with his arm? Like, who cares? The guy's got a history of injury, and the Dodgers are being thrown about as their everyday lineup again, being one of the best lineups ever. So they have World Series goals in mind. I take the same approach to this as I did when the Padres took out 2 guys who had no hitters. Initially, I was like, what are they doing? But I was like, bigger goals. Goals. The road is longer here. So we got to focus on what goes down at the end of the year as opposed to what goes down now. So I don't feel different about this either.
All right. I feel an opposing viewpoint coming here. What's going on, Alex?
Not opposing. Maybe opposing. Here's the thing. There's 2 people to blame. Dave Roberts is not one of them. There's 2 people to blame. A, Rob Manfred, and B, Clayton Kershaw himself. A, because the lockout and pitchers get thrown off more than anybody. The fact that there was no baseball for 3 months. The pitchers are like the most fragile players in all of sports. Like, honestly. Like, Mike Clevenger had sore knees because he hadn't thrown a ball during the whole lockout. So, A, Rob Manfred. B, Clayton Kershaw for not picking up a ball during the lockout. Like, that's your own fault. So Browner was saying, like, these guys didn't even pick up a bat. Like, whose fault is that? Nobody told you. A lockout doesn't mean you can't play baseball. A lockout doesn't mean you can't go to. Yeah, he's like, blame it on me not picking up baseball until January.
Oh.
So,
yeah, but that might...
I think Dave Roberts had nothing to do. When your pitcher's like, yeah, it was time, then what are we getting mad about?
That's it.
Yeah.
Well,
I think Browner...
When the pitcher himself said, quote, I didn't have the bite. It was time.
Yeah. I think Browner brings up a really good point, though, that I hadn't thought about, at least from a Padre perspective. Look, Darvish had a no-hitter going through 6. They pulled him. Sean Manaea had a no-hitter going through 7. They pulled him too. And so why would you take a risk this early in the season for what is an individual honor? Now, look, if Clayton Kershaw really felt good about going back out there, he would have said to Dave Roberts, you know what? I got plenty left in the tank. This is no
Yep.
sweat at all. I'm cruising, man. And Dave Roberts had a quote yesterday where he said, I went up to talk to Kershaw, and he's a player who has earned the right to have the discussion with the manager about what it is that he wants to do. And I mean, it was pretty obvious to Dave that the smartest thing for him to do for the player and for the team and for the team goals was to get him out of there. So
It's also very arrogant of everybody to think that he was gonna throw a perfect game.
yeah, right. That's another thing.
You know what I mean?
Like as if it was
the
guaranteed.
giant, right? Like the giant assumption that he was gonna go get 6 more perfect outs. You know,
Yeah.
like everybody's just assuming that. Hey, but I think everybody. Here's the bigger thing. Everybody wants to see it happen.
Right. Well, that's
You know,
it. That's why it's selfish.
when you're
It's
in the moment,
it's a
right?
selfish thing for fans. I get that.
Right. And like Jeff Passan said, there hasn't been one. Well, I don't know if he said it, but there hasn't been one since 2012. There's only been 23 in the history of baseball. So it's not a no hitter. I think Kershaw has
He
one or
does.
two of
He
those
does.
already.
Yeah, he has a no-hitter.
So I think the Dodgers got like 20 of them. So it's not a no hitter. It's a perfect game.
Yeah.
Which is why I think there was outrage. But it's very, very presumptive of everybody.
Yeah, right.
huh?
Like the assumption.
So then if he
But
gives
I'm
up
not
a-
sure. But I'm not sure everybody thought that he was 100% going to get it, as much as he at least should have the right to go try.
Right.
So if he
I mean,
gave
how
up
many
a
times you
walk,
see
would you
a-
have just taking him out?
Yeah. I mean, dude, Sean Manaea last year against the Padres had 6 perfect innings. Nobody was assuming he was going to go 3 more.
Mhm.
It's just you never know. I think that's why if it were up to me, and I know Kershaw said, "Hey, it's time." Like, hey, come on, go out there and give it a shot.
The problem
Go out there and
is,
give it a
the
shot.
problem is again, it's Kershaw who's always hurt, especially last year at the end of the year when the Dodgers really needed him and they didn't have him. And so you're taking a risk, and I thought Kershaw came off as being a great team guy by saying, "Hey, that's a selfish thing. It's an individual honor and we have bigger team goals." So let me just show you a poll. There's a website called dodgerblue.com, and they posted a cited debate on their homepage. And here it is on the right side of the page. What do you think about Clayton Kershaw being removed from a perfect game? Alex, I can't see the results from where I am, but can you tell us?
55% say right decision.
How about that? Isn't that amazing? You have all these Dodger fans going to a Dodger website, and 55% of Dodger fans believe that the Dodgers, Kershaw, Roberts, everybody did the right thing. How about that?
Yeah, because Dodger fans know they ain't got no pitching this
Well,
year.
that's just it. I mean, when you just saw what happened in Julio Urias's second start of the season, where he didn't even make it through 2 innings. Or maybe he did make it through 2 innings, but his first start was as bad as Yu Darvish's second start.
Happens.
Yeah. So, all right, let me keep rolling here. It's Kaplan and crew from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. A reminder, everybody who's watching on television, a reminder for everybody that's listening on audio podcast, and I specifically want to invite everybody that's in our YouTube channel right now. Tomorrow, me and Browner and San Diego State basketball legend DJ Gay, the 3 of us will be at I Thrive MD in Mission Valley from 1 p.m. till about 2:30 p.m. We're having our first ever I Thrive Kaplan and crew Great Friends Happy Hour IV Lounge. So, Browner, have you decided what you're taking tomorrow?
Who's bringing the booze?
I'm going with the energy boost. I've been 2 times, 2 energy boosts, and I felt great. So I don't want to rock the boat. My body has responded very well to this energy boost. So therefore, I cannot, me, I'm a creature of habit. I got to keep doing the same thing over and over. So I got to keep going with the energy.
I'm going to hit this tomorrow. I'm going to say to Dr. Max, I want you to put in the weight loss for kickstarting my metabolism. I want you to put in the immune boost because I'm always concerned about making sure that in this world, I had this like bad dream the other night that I got COVID, and somebody asked me, well, how the hell?
Again?
Well, right. They said, how'd you get COVID? And I said, living the life of ignoring COVID. That's how I got it. Like that was my dream, So
Wait, was the dream when you actually got COVID or that you got COVID again in the
no,
dream?
in my dream, I got COVID like now,
Oh.
and somebody said to me like, dude, haven't you had COVID before? I said, dude, I've had it. I've been vaccinated twice and boosted. And somebody said, well, how the hell did you get COVID? And I said, by living a life of ignoring COVID. So what I'm saying to you is that when I go to I Thrive tomorrow, I want the immune boost, I want the weight loss, and I want the energy boost. I want all 3 of those things in my bag, and then I'm taking it down and I'm going to just get hydrated and feel energized for the upcoming weekend, which is going to be a great weekend because you got the Padres and the Braves all weekend. I'm going to go to the game on Saturday, and then you got Passover this weekend. You got Easter this weekend. I'm going to literally go from eating matzo balls on Saturday to like a honey baked ham on Sunday.
I'm going to the game on Saturday too.
I'll meet you there, dog. You going solo, or are you taking a little baby, or who are we taking on Saturday?
We'll see how the day. We'll see how it goes.
All
We'll
right.
see how it goes.
All right. Because I was going to say, if you want to go, I have a ticket for you if you want to go. And I'm connecting with Dale the Budman, Gary from Ego Trip, Big J.
Wait a
PJ
minute,
the
time out.
Bling
This is how you
Bling,
got COVID
Fat
last
Tony.
year.
Yes. This is how I got COVID last year. But I want to say something. I think I had COVID before I went to the game. I was lucky that I didn't give it to anybody because that day at the game, I remember I was coughing, and I was like, this isn't COVID. This is just me. I'm coughing. Maybe I went to Torrey Holistics too many times. And then I had COVID after that. Yeah, it's true. But I didn't get it at the game. I brought it to the game.
Oh.
So
hey, you want to turn your mic on? How about that? That'd be nice.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. No, the other guy.
Oh, Grande?
Yeah. You want to turn your mic on, bro? I mean, this is a talk show. We're talking. I can't
Really?
hear you.
Does he need a yellow card?
No. Since the other card doesn't work. So, yeah, we can't hear you.
No,
you're saying great things, though. I believe you're saying great things. You're so insightful.
No, his mic is on. His mic is on.
We're all having mic problems today.
I guess so. Hold on. Time out, everybody. Yo, Alex, we get you back or what? You good?
Yeah, I'm here. I was trying to tell you guys about Saturday, but nobody heard me.
What about Saturday? What about it?
I was going to take you up on that offer for the ticket because.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
I'm getting his ticket.
I'm getting kicked out of my house on Saturday by my fiance.
What does that mean?
She's having a whole like girls' day at the house, and she's like, "You gotta go.
Okay.
Like you gotta go somewhere, and don't come back till like midnight." So
Okay. All right. Let me tell you what I'm gonna do.
Wait, so we're all going to the game Saturday?
Yeah. Now, Browner, do you already have tickets Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna tell you. Saturday, Alex, I'm gonna come down to North Park. I'm gonna pick you up. We're gonna go to the game early because they like to do a little bit of pregame partying. Dale and the whole crew. And then Browner will connect with you at Petco Park on Saturday as well. And then Grande, I'm actually going to leave you at Petco Park and I'm going to head back north because then I got to go get Rachel because then Rachel and I are driving to Temecula because we're going to Avery Martinez's house for a Pesach Seder. Okay.
So my ride is dropping me off and leaving me rideless.
No. Your ride is picking you up, hanging out with you, having a couple of beers, handing you off to the great friends, and then I'm leaving you. But
do you have two tickets?
Yeah.
You have two?
Yeah. Me and you.
Oh, okay. Anybody got an extra?
Why? Who you want to go with?
Well, if you're gonna leave me,
yeah,
come home with somebody. Like
Browner.
Whoa, hey-oh.
No, Browner's got a whole 4-pack. He's busy. He's got his own crew.
Oh, you do, Brown?
I might roll with 3 deep.
Dude, so take an Uber, dog.
Yeah, I will. Maybe
I'll give you a ride home. Now, don't worry about it. I'll give you a ride home.
All right, there we go.
I
All
won't
right,
leave
so
you out like that.
now that we've worked out our plans. Hey, listen, because we have an abbreviated broadcast today, we're not on radio. The Ducks took over on radio. We are on television. We are on audio podcasts. Of course, we're on YouTube. I want to say another story I'd like to get to before we roll out of here today. Did you guys see this podcast that Baker Mayfield was on where he's sitting on his couch at his house? His dog is like completely distracting me because all I'm doing is looking at his dog who's laying on the couch next to him, who just wants his belly rubbed. And Baker Mayfield feels so disrespected. This guy, I just don't understand. He should be looking in the mirror and saying, here was my mistake. My mistake was I was too much of a warrior last year and I played through injury and it completely hurt me and it hurt the team. Had I sat out and not played, I might be going back to the Browns this year. But because I played through injury, which was a big mistake by him, because I'm going to tell you right now, 100% of Case Keenum would have been better than 65% of Baker Mayfield. But here's what he did. Here's what he said yesterday on this podcast. Alex, can you play us a little piece of this?
Like,
watch out for the dog.
Truly, honestly have no regrets of my time in Cleveland, of what I tried to give to that place.
Right.
And true Clevelanders and true Browns fans know that. And that's why I can walk away from the whole situation feeling like I did it.
And now, do you feel like the way the office has handled it has been disrespectful to you, given where you came in and where they are now? And
I mean, yeah, the respect thing is like it's all going to be like a personal opinion.
Yeah,
Like,
and
I feel disrespected 100% because I was told.
Yeah.
He's
Bro,
so annoying.
He's
the
killing his
organization is
career.
where they are now is when you got there. They're looking for a quarterback, found one, trying to steady the tide because you keep rocking the boat.
Dude, he is so utterly annoying. And for him to then go out and when somebody asked him, where are you going to go next year? He says Seattle.
Seattle.
Like, if I were the Seahawks right now, I'd be like, just for saying that, I don't want you here. All right, let me do this.
Right.
Let me say this. Everybody who's watching on television, we're back tomorrow. Peace out. Everybody who's with us on podcast, we're going to keep it rolling. Stick around. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios here on Kaplan and Crew.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Listen to the Mike Greenberg Show, 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. Greeny brings his unmatched depth of sports knowledge, fun, and entertainment back to ESPN on a daily basis. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier1090.com.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on Your View.
The 2022 San Diego Loyal season continues. Live on Your View and YourView.com, watch the San Diego Loyal host the Louisville City FC Saturday, April 16th at 7 p.m. Come join us at Torero Stadium and support the San Diego Loyal as they continue their bid for the 2022 USL Championship. Tickets are available. San Diego Loyal versus the Louisville City FC, Saturday, April 16th on Your View.
Replacing missing teeth with the new small diameter or mini implants. With us, we have an expert on the topic, Dr. Joe Gillespie. Dr. Gillespie.
Hey, Randy.
Welcome to the program.
Great to see you again.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
The San Diego Loyals match with the Oakland Roots ended in a draw on Wednesday night. The match was close throughout, and 2 goals in the second half by Colin Martin and Grant Stoneman gave the Loyal the lead, but a last-second goal by Oakland would bring the contest to a draw. The Loyal gave up 2 leads in this one, earning only 1 point. San Diego sits at first in the Western Conference with a 5-1-1 record and 16 points. Colorado Springs sit close at second. Kyle Vassell was named to the USL Championship Team of the Week. He scored twice in the match against Charlotte Battery last week. Vassell had 4 shots and completed 17 of 22 passes in that 4-1 win. The forward is the 4th Loyal player to be named to the Team of the Week this season in as many weeks. He joins goalkeeper Koki Vegas, midfielder Alejandro Guido, and Tumi Moshebain in earning the award. San Diego now hosts Louisville City FC on Saturday. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View.
You're listening to the 50,000-watt Powerhouse, bringing you the new generation of radio up and down all of California with a little bit of attitude. This is SoCal Sports Talk, the all-new and mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio.
The 2022 San Diego Loyal season continues. Live on Your View and YourView.com, watch the San Diego Loyal host the Louisville City FC Saturday, April 16th at 7 p.m. Come join us at Torero Stadium and support the San Diego Loyal as they continue their bid for the 2022 USL Championship. Tickets are available. San Diego Loyal versus the Louisville City FC, Saturday, April 16th on Yearview.
Main streets are the heart of our communities, where we connect with our neighbors, support local businesses, and share new adventures. Main Street Living celebrates all of this, bringing you uplifting stories with guests from across the country and your community. Main Street Living covers what's important to you today, from our street to your street. Join Cheryl, Danielle, and Quincy for Main Street Living, Mondays at 9 on Yearview.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball-handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on Yearview.
Hollander Dental is unique because we have been serving the Carlsbad community for over 25 years. We have a very spacious office with ample parking and state-of-the-art technology. The office has been newly renovated, so all the equipment and facility is brand new. Any patient visiting Hollander Dental can expect to be taken care of at every step of their visit.
With care and love and support. So when we're going through tough times, as dental work is and can be, they make it easy for us as patients.
Investing in your smile and your overall dental health in the long run will help you save money by preventing other medical conditions.
I would absolutely recommend Hollander Dental.
I do recommend Hollander Dental to anyone I know who needs something done.
You always want to live in the best home possible. And that's what really at the heart of what our business is all about. And for over 20 years now, we've been focused on helping people get to the right property. At Move Up San Diego, we have created systems that are duplicatable because that creates the same results. Whether it's a trade-in option that we're doing a lot of right now, which allows people to be a cash buyer before they actually sell their home, or our moving concierge program, which actually helps you not just with the buying and selling of a property, but we help with the entire move. The best way to get a hold of Move Up San Diego is to either visit our website, moveupsandiego.com, or you can download our app called Move Up Homes, or you can call me direct on my cell phone at 858-204-7259.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Yearview, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Hanging out at the beach? What a lifestyle. And you could be here every day if you entered the San Diego Giving Back Raffle, a benefit for Ronald McDonald House Charities of San Diego.
Grand prize is this multi-million-dollar home 1 block from the ocean. Or you can win a sports car, a dream vacation, or cash. Everyone is guaranteed to win a fabulous prize. The Giving Back Raffle helps families in need, like the Uggan family.
Visit sdraffle.com to learn more.
Watch the Seattle Seawolves take on your San Diego Legion Saturday, April 16th at 3 p.m. on Yearview. If you love animals, Animal Zone is for you. From rescues to animal experts, Animal Zone is fun for the whole family. Watch Animal Zone right here on Yearview, Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. and visit animalzone.org to learn more about the show.
Thank you for joining joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific, every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Your health is brought to you by If Your Mouth Could Talk.